What's up, folks? How are you doing? Welcome back, Football Digest. As always, my name is Nyaassh, and we get to digest what's happening over the weekend with regards to English Premier League football. And we had so much to talk about. First of all, let me thank the management of Mug and Bean for letting us shoot at this place. It's amazing. I love this place. It's dope. It's cool. The coffee is fantastic. Everything is cool about this place. I was supposed to be doing this with someone, though, but I've been stood up. So, yeah, story for another day. A long story. So we had so much action going down over the weekend, and I gotta say, by the way, game week 7 was fantastic. As an Arsenal fan, I absolutely loved it, because Manchester City lost, Tottenham Hotspurs lost, Manchester United lost, and Arsenal won. I mean, besides Arsenal, of course, Chelsea won, and so did Liverpool. But when you consider all these guys are guys who are jostling over for the top 4, I mean, you gotta be happy about it. And let me just get into Manchester United first, because shit, there's some serious shit going down at Carrington. I just don't know what's up over there. But when you look at how they played against Newcastle, you get the feeling like it's gonna be a long season for Manchester United fans. Like they're putting themselves in a situation where, or they're digging themselves into a hole, which getting out of will be really difficult. Like we are 7 game weeks in, like we've played 7 games, and there are 12 in the table. 12. And of course, the teams that are above them, they don't look like teams which are going to get beat a lot. Of course, you can say the likes of Bournemouth maybe might get beat as the season goes on. But Manchester United getting top 4 this season, it's gonna be like it's like a fairy tale. If they do happen to get the top 4, it's gonna be like a fairy tale move for Manchester United. They are really terrible. And of course, there's the whole issue of they're missing out guys like Pogba. They're missing out guys like Anthony Martial. But if you look at how they did perform themselves in the transfer market, then you can maybe get why they're there. This is a team that sold Hector Herrera. No, not Hector Herrera, Ander Herrera. And they sold Lukaku, but they saw no need of replacing them. And now they are left with Martial, who's out injured for I don't know how long. They bought Maguire for, I don't know, was it 80 million pounds? That was move. That was dope, but who is he playing alongside with? They bought Wan-Bissaka on injury where he was still injured. He's out now. Luke Shaw is out. So tentatively and realistically speaking, Manchester United, they have like a lot of guys who are missing out. But until those guys get back, man, it's got to be a long season for them. And again, they should have replaced someone like Lukaku. You can't just sell your best or your only striker and then you bank your hopes on one striker only. Because you can't bank your hopes on Rashford being a striker. He's not a striker, and he has shown that. And he was really poor in the Newcastle game, but on the flip side, he didn't get much service, to maybe be an attacking threat for Manchester United. But they are really in a bad position, and of course, you see, I think the most influential person as a player in Manchester United has to be Paul Pogba. It's not even Martial, it's not even Rashford. It has to be Pogba, because when Manchester United play without Pogba, they are a different side. They are not creative. Like I was watching Fred and McTominay over the weekend against Newcastle. Those guys can't create shit. Those guys, they just play sideways football and that's it. It's not like Pogba, who even when he's playing deep, can make creative moves and creative passes for their wingers and strikers. Without Pogba, Manchester United is a whole different lot. And I don't know if Ole Gunnar is going to get fired. I'm sure as hell he's still not at the wheel, like how Manchester United used to brag about. So it's going to be interesting moving forward to see what is going to happen. But I'm going to be looking forward to see what they're going to do when they have the likes of Martial back, when they have the likes of Paul Pogba back. Those are 2 guys who I think they can change the fortunes at Carrington. All right? And that's a story we're going to be talking about later on with a Manchester United fan. I'm going to be looking forward so that we can get deeper into it. Then on Sunday we also had Chelsea playing Southampton. Chelsea, a side that is on a resurgence, if I may say. They started the season a bit shaky, and now they're seeming like a concrete side with young guys who are playing very good football, and they are very creative. They are fast, especially the goal that Mason Mount created. Wow, did score actually, not created. It was dope. Fantastic team goal. Tammy Abraham is banging in them goals like expected. I mean, Chelsea is doing good, if you ask me. They are really doing good, and out of that result, I think they are number 5 in the Premier League. So not a very bad outing for a new club which had a transfer ban and which is dealing with a new management. It's good. I think they're doing all right. There's not much to talk about over there. Arsenal was also in action on Sunday playing, Bournemouth. And of course, Arsenal, we've had so many issues. First of all, it's a little weird. Arsenal, we have been not terrific this season. We have not been like really good. There has not been a game where we have dominated and we have called the shots, and you can say deep down like Arsenal, they called the shots in that game. Like, they were really good. There has not been one game where you have produced a magnificent performance. But weirdly, we are in the top three. Weirdly, we're the top three. We are in the top three when you have not been having the likes of Hector Bellerin, we have not been having Kieran Tierney, we have not been having Lacazette coming in and being out for a couple of weeks. We have not had all those players, but we're still number three. There's always the issue of players saying Mesut Ozil should be playing, or Xhaka should not be starting. There's so much going on at Arsenal right now. It's honestly, it's weird that there's that much going on, but they are top three in the Premier League. It's like you almost want to complain, but you really can't, because you're in a very good position. So, of course, there's the whole issue of playing Xhaka as a CDM. Not so many people are content with that. I am not, but Xhaka is our captain, man. We can't start going against our captain, like paying for his head. The only thing we can do, honestly, is just wish the best for him. We just want him to have a good performance, because if he doesn't, then you're going to be like Manchester United, who have Ashley Young as their captain, and Ashley Young is as poor as fuck. So it's interesting moving forward how we're going to be dealing with the whole issue of Xhaka being a captain, and the fact that he is a captain means he's going to be playing like all the games. So we cannot expect him to be the captain and sitting on the bench. We cannot expect him to be the captain and looking forward to see him fuck up. You know, he's the captain, so we're going to be looking forward. We should be looking forward to seeing him having a good game and not a bad game. And I was even seeing some guys throwing jabs at Xhaka yesterday. He made a post on Instagram because I think his wife gave birth, and guys were saying like, I hope he's gonna be a better father than he is a midfielder. And I was like, man, that is just crude, man. It's just wrong. Why would you be throwing jabs at someone when he's celebrating his child's birthday? Like, he's just gotten a child and throwing jabs in his Instagram post. Guys, are just me. Now, trust you me, I don't like Xhaka being a CDM. I think he can do better alongside a guy like Torreira, but obviously the coach has other opinions. And you know, you would want to question that, but then again, there's always the issue of we are number 3 in the Premier League. What are you questioning about? We are not losing. The tactics that Unai Emery is applying, we may not like them, but they're kind of working. They're kind of working. That's the flip side of everything that is happening at Arsenal right now. Of course, there's the whole issue of Mesut Ozil, where guys are definitely divided down right the middle. The guys are saying, you know, Mesut Ozil has been lazy over time, you know, he should just leave. Maybe we've seen the best of him. Other guys are like, shit, no, this guy should at least be on the bench. You can't just be giving a wide berth to our highest paid player. He doesn't even feature in the team sheet. The guy has only played one game this season, a Carabao Cup game. That is just wrong. It doesn't make any sense to me. I don't know what's up with Unai Emery and Mesut Ozil, but whatever it is, it's not correct. It's not working out right. So that's a story that, again, I feel like we may need to sit down with an Arsenal fan and, you know, just share their opinions, maybe what exactly they think should happen with that regard. On Sunday, we also had Manchester City hosting Wolves. Man, what a game that was. I gotta say, first of all, okay, maybe I'm being ahead of myself here, but there's no chance of Manchester City winning that title again. They have lost 2 games so far. The first time last season that they lost a game, it was in December. They lost the first game last season in December. Now they have lost 2 games, and you have like 2 months to go to December. You get the feeling like these guys, there's absolutely no way they're walking away with the title again. And if you look at a team like Liverpool, have won 8 games in a row. Like, all the games you played so far, they have won them. It's going to be a different ball game this time around. If City wins, then, man, I'm going to tell you, we're going to be sitting back and watching like a movie of Liverpool self-destructing themselves. You know, because if they don't walk away with the trophy, I don't know what will go wrong there. It's all up for them to take it. If they don't take it, it'll be interesting. So, Man City, unlike, you know, other teams, it's a team that clearly they don't have defensive guys, more like centre-backs. They're out. I don't know how long Emily Krapot is going to be out. I don't know how long John Stones is going to be out. But as long as he's going to be out, you can bet Manchester City are going to be a team that any team will be looking forward to facing. Because, you know, if you're facing Otamendi and Fernandinho, there's a high likely chance that Otamendi is going to fuck up. He's not a CDM. He's a CDM. He's not a centre-back. And like he did a centre-back, like he did in the second game, the second goal that Traore scored over the weekend. there was this ball that they were being attacked, and Fernandinho got sacked towards where the ball was, and he forgot there was a guy behind him, Traore, who's really fast. He's actually, I think, the fastest player in EPL. And when you forget there's such a guy behind him and you give him acres of space, you don't expect anything less than a goal, and that is exactly what happened. So as long as Manchester City are going to be fielding Otamendi and Fernandinho, you get the feeling like teams will be feeling like we have a chance against Manchester City. Like we can, if not beat them, we can actually even score against them. And we just need to hit them maybe on a counter-attack or make sure that Fernandinho is preoccupied with other stuff. Because, you know, Fernandinho is a CDM. He's not a centre-back, and that is getting exposed. And out of that, it got me wondering, like, Manchester City, kwani hawana wase wa academy nini? Because if you look at Arsenal, and even if you look at Manchester United, they're bringing guys like Mason Greenwood, who's playing. They're bringing guys like Tuanzebe, who's not been playing a lot, but, you know, he's playing now. Arsenal, we've been looking to guys like Bukayo Saka. We've been looking to guys like, well, Martinelli is a guy we bought, but, you know, we have academic graduates who are bringing up to the first team. What's up with Manchester City? They don't have, like, a centre-back who's from the academy who's doing really good. It got me wondering, like, what the hell is going on over there? And we're going to be looking forward to see the next coming days what is going to be happening there. Of course, there's no team that is wishing that their centre-backs got better and quicker than Manchester City, because as long as they continue playing Fernandinho at the back, they are vulnerable. They may be brilliant attacking-wise, but defensive-wise, man, they seem like a shaky side, and that is not something you would expect for a team that is going to challenge for the EPL title, especially when you're going head-to-head with a team like Liverpool, which doesn't seem like it's going to lose anytime soon, you know? It's crazy. Speaking of Liverpool, they were playing on Saturday against Leicester City. It was going to be definitely a fantastic game. I expected nothing less. It was fireworks. Leicester City is one of the teams that has been having a very good season so far. They have been decent. They have been grinding out wins and beating small teams big time. And they have been doing really good. And they deserve, honestly, to be where they are. Brendan Rodgers is doing a fantastic job over there. But I'm not going to get overexcited about Brendan Rodgers. I feel like we should give him some time. Let's have this conversation. We are like 15 game weeks in, or 15, 20 matches in, and then we're going to be talking about Brendan Rodgers and how he's done a fantastic job at Leicester City. But before then, I'm not going to get too excited about that. I'm going to be biding my time, you know, just wait and see. Because, you know, sometimes Brendan Rodgers can blow hot and cold. He can start a very season in a very high note and then just self-destruct somewhere in the middle. So one thing, however, I'm going to get too excited about is Tottenham. As in, this weekend has been one of the best weekends as a football fan. As an Arsenal fan, doesn't get better than this. Manchester United got beat. Of course, that crowned up and wrapped up my weekend, which was fantastic. I was loving it already. You know, Tottenham, they had the early kickoff on Saturday. And boy, now, I gotta feel sorry for Hugo Lloris, as in, he had a horrific injury. That was terrible, man. You gotta feel for him and you gotta wish him all the best, but I understand he's gonna be out until 2020, so no chance for him. They're gonna be fighting this season with Gazabinaga, or what's the name of that guy? That guy is terrible. He's bad. And I got a feeling like Tottenham without Hugo Lloris, it's like a different side, you know, because I'm trying to look at Tottenham and trying to see like leaders on the pitch who you could say they have. I can't see any. And that was exposed in that game. I was not seeing like there was a leader in that Tottenham side. I mean, Harry Kane can be the captain, all right, but I don't know. Maybe this is the time he's going to have to rise up to the occasion and be counted, because they're going to need him badly. I'm looking at Alderweireld. There's not much leadership you could say he's shown over time. Jan Vertonghen, maybe, but, you know, it's not that something clear that we have seen over time. Like you could say, like Tottenham have a leader, you know, besides the captain Hugo Lloris, that they can have a guy who can marshal up the side when they are going down, or maybe do something different. I haven't seen anything of that sort, you know, so it's going to be interesting moving forward to see how Tottenham are going to react to that, especially when they have their number one keeper out and they know their number two keeper is not someone they can rely on. It's going to be super interesting. I can't wait. I feel sorry for Hugo Lloris, but damn, as an Arsenal fan, I feel great for Tottenham, because they're going to be getting beat a couple of times this season. And it's also crazy when you consider, like, the guy who has committed most fouls or most mistakes or errors leading to goal is Hugo Lloris. I think since, was it 2016? He's committed the most errors leading to goal. And even when he got injured, he committed an error and it led to the first goal. And it's crazy when you consider a guy who's as, highly experienced and like Hugo Lloris doing all those mistakes. It's crazy. It's absolutely insane. So Tottenham moving forward, they're going to have their work cut out for them. They can't be calling for Pochettino's head yet, maybe, because, well, if you fire for Pochettino right now, who are we going to get? Mourinho? I don't think Mourinho is going to go to Tottenham. Allegri, I'm sure Allegri would prefer to bide his time till he goes to Manchester United rather than go to Tottenham. So it's like Tottenham are stuck with Pochettino right now. So whatever they have to do, they have to make sure they do it right because they can't get rid of their coach. And that is going to be interesting moving forward to see even Pochettino. I don't think he's been in this situation before, where he's lost his first keeper, who's also his captain, and now he's facing defensive issues at the back because he can't trust his number 2 keeper. And he's going to make sure his side bounces back to getting themselves to the top 4, because if you get out of top 4 and you don't win the Champions League, man, it's going to be crazy. Like, fans will be going nuts. You can't be on one season, you got all the way to the Champions League final, and then the other one, you don't even get there. And you don't even qualify for the Champions League next season. So it's interesting looking at Tottenham and how they're going to handle their issues. But yeah, this is crunch time for them. This is when we're going to know exactly what they're made of. If they have leaders, if Pochettino is the shit. Of course, Pochettino is a fantastic coach. No doubt about that. But when push comes to shove, what can he produce? You're going to be looking forward to seeing all of that. So those are some of the action beats that were happening over the weekend. I feel what I was talking about. Out of that respect, of course, Liverpool are top of the table. They are top of the table. City are second. Arsenal are third. I think, is it Leicester are fourth? Then I think we have Chelsea and Man U. No, not even Man U. And which other team is this? Okay, I can't remember the team that is number 7. But one team, however, I need to talk about that has been doing its business correctly and quietly is Crystal Palace. I was looking at Crystal Palace, and this season I think they've already lost, is it 2 games? They've only lost 2 games. They've had very decent outings. They went to Old Trafford and got 3 points. They beat West Ham at London Stadium. They have been really good. And when you even consider the likes of Zaha have not been scoring, man, you got to look at Crystal Palace and think, shit, they look like a good side. I don't expect them to go to the top 4. Honestly, I don't. But going by how they've been performing and going about their business this season, they have been good. They have been a decent team to watch. They are grinding out results how they're supposed to. And it's interesting. It's interesting moving forward to see how they're going to go all the way to the end of the season. So that's all for now. When I come back, maybe sometime later this week, I'm going to be sitting down with a fan of another team and we're going to be trying to digest what has been happening to their team so far. We have 7 games in. It's a decent number of games. We can now be talking about something. We can now be saying, we have played 7 games, you have not produced anything. What's up? You've played 7 games, you have won everything. Can you go all the way? You've had mixed feelings and mixed results over the 7 games. What can we expect moving forward with regards to different fans of different clubs? So I'm going to be doing that all week. I was supposed to be doing this with an Arsenal fan, but it didn't happen. But that's what it is. So thanks for watching. Don't forget to always check this out on YouTube. Our YouTube channel is Football Digest KE. And when you go there, don't forget to like and subscribe. Have a fantastic week. God bless.